We often look up at the stars and think about, the great unknown. But what about right here on Earth?
Exactly. The ocean covers, almost 2/3 of our planet.
Yeah, and the crazy part is something like 95% of it is completely unexplored.
It's staggering, really. People don't always realize that going deep underwater can actually be harder technologically than space travel.
Absolutely. Crushing pressure, total darkness. It's a whole different challenge. Almost easier mapping Mars than our own ocean floor sometimes.
Which is why it's so exciting when new discoveries are made.
Right. And if you caught our deep dive back in 2022 on underwater finds, the ocean just keeps throwing surprises at us.
It never stops.
So today we're diving back in. We're looking at 7 of the most, perplexing things found down there since our last chat. Stuff that really makes you scratch your head.
These aren't just curiosities either. Some of these finds challenge what we thought we knew about history, biology, you name it.
Okay, let's get into it. Starting at number 7, we've got the Japanese pyramids. Now, pyramids on land are mysterious enough, right?
Oh, definitely. How they were built, why. Egypt, Mesoamerica, endless questions still.
So imagine finding perfect pyramids underwater and near Japan. That's not exactly a culture famous for pyramid building.
No, not at all. This Japanese Atlantis, as some call it, popped up in the late 1980s. A diver stumbled upon them near Yonaguni Island.
And it kicked off a huge debate, didn't it?
A massive one. You've got some scientists saying, look, these are just weird rocks, natural formations. But others, and maybe a growing number, are pointing at things that look an awful lot like steps, like cut stone.
Suggesting they're man-made.
Exactly. Artificial, which opens up a whole can of worms.
Why are they there and so deep underwater? How does that even happen?
Well, the depth suggests the land must have sunk quite dramatically at some point. A major geological event.
And if they are man-made, could they connect to ancient Egypt or cultures halfway across the world? It seems almost impossible.
It pushes timelines way back, doesn't it? It challenges our whole understanding of early civilizations, their capabilities, maybe even contact between them. These silent stones, they pose a real challenge to logic.
A silent challenge from the deep. Okay, moving from ancient mysteries to something very current. Number 6 takes us near Yonaguni again, actually, into the South China Sea.
Yeah, this is a 2024 discovery. Marine biologists found something, completely unexpected. A brand new animal hiding in plain sight, almost.
Something totally bizarre, I hear.
Oh, yeah. It was officially written up May 3rd, 2024, but that was after 3 years of work. They first saw it on dives back in March 2021.
3 years to identify it.
Because they didn't know what it was. At first they thought maybe it was just a weird mutated version of a crab they already knew.
So even the experts were stumped. What did they end up calling it?
The scientific name is Cordonopsis masupo, but its nickname is the masu-bearing crab.
And what makes it so weird?
Get this. Tiny body, like 3 centimeters. But its legs, over 8 centimeters each. That gives it a total span of more than 20 centimeters.
Whoa, all legs, basically.
Pretty much. And here's the really strange part. It's asymmetrical. Some have 6 legs, some have 7, some have 8.
That's not normal for crabs, is it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Plus, it lives way down at 900 meters. Super harsh conditions, and it's covered in spines. Someone said it looks like something out of Resident Evil.
Sounds creepy. Have they done genetic tests? Do we know where it fits in the tree of life?
Not yet. That's the thing. No genetic analysis completed, so its classification is still totally up in the air. Marine biologists are calling it one of the most astonishing biological finds in years.
Wow. Makes you think, what else is lurking down there that we haven't even imagined?
Constantly discovering. The deep sea is full of secrets.
Okay, number 5. Let's head to Alaska 2023. NOAA, that's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, kind of like the ocean's NASA.
Right.
They found something on the seabed that one of the scientists literally said looked like it was from the X-Files.
Yeah. That quote got some attention. They found this object, or maybe remains. It was sort of egg-shaped, ovoid. Looked like one. But the really weird part was a hole, like it had ruptured from the inside out.
Okay, that immediately makes me think of the movie Alien.
Exactly the comparison people make. Super unsettling image.
But it gets stranger, right? The material.
Yeah, this is the kicker. Despite looking organic, like an eggshell, the material seemed metallic, almost like gold.
A golden metallic egg that burst from the inside out, found on the bottom of the ocean off Alaska.
You got it. One of the most enigmatic things ever pulled from the deep sea, people are saying.
So many questions. Is it an egg from some unknown creature? What could possibly break out of a metallic egg?
Precisely. Is it biological at all? Or is it some kind of artifact? They're still investigating. And apparently, the more they look, the less sense it makes. They genuinely don't know if it's organic or not.
That is properly mysterious. Okay, let's shift focus slightly for number 4. This one changes how we think about where life can even exist.
Yeah, usually we picture the deep ocean floor as, cold, dark, maybe low oxygen in places,
Right.
Generally tough for life, sparse.
Right, a bit of a desert down there in some ways.
But this discovery turns that on its head. They found thriving ecosystems underneath the seabed.
Underneath, like in the rock and sediment.
Exactly. In these sort of interconnected volcanic caves or porous rock systems beneath the ocean floor itself. They're calling them subterranean oases.
Oases under the seabed, what's it like down there?
Surprisingly, it's warmer than, say, Antarctica down there, even though it's deep ocean. And the pressure is obviously immense. But life is flourishing.
What kind of life?
Things like a Torlus larvae of tube worms, tiny marine snails, different kinds of polygady worms. Actual animal life.
Wow, so it's not just microbes, which I think we knew could live under the seafloor.
Right, we knew about microbes. But finding complex, multicellular animals thriving down there in these cave systems with flowing oxygenated water, that's completely new.
That's incredible. It suggests there could be a whole hidden biosphere.
It really does. It opens up the possibility of even more diverse, maybe even larger animals living deeper within these abyssal cave networks than we ever imagined. A whole new frontier.
Amazing. Okay, number 3. Back to 2024 for another headline grabber. This sounds like something straight out of a movie. Evidence of an interstellar object exploding on the ocean floor.
It sounds wild, I know, but underwater sensors picked up these incredibly high-energy particles. Particles that just don't match anything originating from our solar system.
So something from deep space hit the ocean.
The theory is these particles are the remnants, the fallout, from some kind of massive cosmic event like a supernova or something similar that happened light years away a long, long time ago.
And they detected something specific, right? A neutrino.
Yes, and not just any neutrino, apparently the most energetic neutrino ever recorded. These things are like ghost particles. They barely interact with anything. So detecting one, especially one this powerful, is a huge deal.
And it definitely didn't come from Earth.
Analysis showed it didn't come from our atmosphere, which can produce some neutrinos. This one traveled across unbelievable cosmic distances for maybe millions or billions of years.
Only to end its journey at the bottom of our ocean?
Exactly. How? Why there? We don't know.
The scale of that is just mind-boggling. A message from a cosmic catastrophe washed up on Earth.
It's a puzzle for physicists, for oceanographers, everyone. A tangible piece of the distant universe found in the deep sea.
Truly cosmic. Okay, number 2 brings us back to something potentially man-made, and it ties into that age-old legend of Atlantis.
Ah, yes, the allure of lost cities beneath the waves. This find gives that idea a bit more weight, maybe.
What is it?
It's an enormous wall found on the bottom of the Baltic Sea.
A wall. Like, definitely constructed.
Well, unlike the Yonaguni debate, archaeologists seem pretty convinced this one is artificial, human-made. And radiocarbon dating puts it at around 11,000 years old.
11,000 years. Okay, that's seriously ancient. Predating the Egyptian pyramids by millennia.
Way before. So the questions are immediate. Who could have built something like this back then? Why did they build it? And how did it end up underwater?
Where exactly in the Baltic was it found?
It's in an area between Sweden, Finland, and Poland. Specifically, it was found during a submarine survey near the Bay of Mecklenburg, off the coast of Germany.
And it's big.
It's a concentration of stones arranged deliberately, stretching for almost a full kilometer.
A kilometer-long wall 11,000 years ago. That completely messes with the standard picture of Stone Age hunter-gatherers, doesn't it?
It really does. We generally didn't think societies back then had the organization or the technology for megastructures like this.
So it forces a rethink. Were there more advanced civilizations much earlier than we thought?
It certainly raises that possibility. Deeply profound questions about our own history, potentially hidden just beneath the waves.
Incredible. All right. That brings us to our number 1 most perplexing deep-sea discovery, and this one is apparently a record breaker.
Yes, this is about the deepest abyss ever found on Earth, and it's underwater.
Deeper than the Mariana Trench.
No, not a trench. This is different. It's a blue hole. Think of it like a giant underwater sinkhole or vertical cave. For a while, this one was thought to be the second deepest, after the Dragon Hole in the South China Sea, which is about 301 meters down.
Okay, so what's the new discovery?
They tried to measure this other one accurately very recently.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find the bottom.
Wait, what? How?
They used sonar, sound waves. which usually travel really well in water. But after the waves went down past about 274 meters, they just didn't bounce back. Nothing returned.
So it's deeper than 274 meters, definitely deeper than the 301-meter dragon hole, but
Right?
they don't know how deep.
Exactly. It's literally, as far as our current measurements go, bottomless.
Yeah.
At least deeper than anything else like it we know of.
A bottomless pit underwater. How is that even possible geologically?
That's what has researchers completely stumped and, frankly, amazed. It defies easy explanation within a contained structure like a blue hole.
And naturally, everyone's wondering, what could live down there if it goes that deep?
The speculation is running wild. What kind of life forms could adapt to those potentially extreme, unexplored depths and pressures? What unique biology might be waiting?
Where is this thing?
Get this. It's in a bay on the Yucatan Peninsula off the southeast coast of Mexico. It's called the Tamil Blue Hole.
So not even in the middle of the deep ocean, but relatively near the coast.
Precisely. At the time the source material came out, it was the deepest known blue hole. And from the air, apparently, it looks like a giant dark blue circle about 150 meters across, like the pupil of an eye staring up from the depths.
Wow, Tamil Blue Hole. A literal mystery abyss.
Definitely the most surprising discovery for many recently.
So yeah, as we've seen, 2024 especially has been a huge year for uncovering these deep sea puzzles.
It really underscores that initial point, doesn't it? That 95% unexplored space. It's not empty. It's just unknown.
And every time we dip our toes in or send a probe down, we seem to find things that just generate more questions than answers.
It really puts our place on this planet into perspective. We spend so much effort looking outwards to space.
When some of the biggest mysteries might be right here, under the water, these marine enigmas are truly profound.
Each discovery chips away at our assumptions, forcing us to rethink biology, history, geology, even physics. It shows just how much more there is to learn about Earth itself.
Absolutely. And it leaves you with that big question, doesn't it? With all that ocean still unexplored, what other absolutely mind-bending secrets are still down there waiting? What could they tell us about our planet's past, or even the potential for life as we don't yet know it?
It's a tantalizing thought. The deep ocean. It still holds so many secrets.